I bet that if you're here, you want to increase and make your expansion of your business better and international. Well, I have the pleasure to say that you're in the best place. Welcome to the Global Bridge Consulting Group firm. We're so happy to have you as a client, as someone who wants to increase their expansion, not only in our country, but in other places. I'm Fatima Tiscareño, and I'm part of this firm, and I will be conducting all this presentation for you and for your business in order to enter to the country you said to us that it was Spain. So now we're going to talk about it, and yeah, we will explain a bit of you. We have 10 minutes to make this presentation and make you, know all the information about this country, and if really fits you, and if not, we're also going to say we're not going to lie. So let's start with this. At first, we have our presentation. The world is a marketplace. You have to think globally and act locally. That's something you have to have in mind, honestly. Because if you don't, it's gonna be hard. As I mentioned, we have an expertise in all the stuff about food and beverages and expansion, not only in North America but international. So it's gonna be great for you in case you're wondering. Also, we have a pretty good practice in consulting businesses about foods and beverages and the beverage sector, and we have some strategies and a market penetration analysis that will help you. We are looking forward to you to know what is the information in order to take a decision. We won't force you, but we want to know all the information. So we're gonna be kind of quick. We have a lot of information to go through. We have a pretty big market size, about 49 million people, and we have an urban density or urban cities at Madrid and Barcelona. They're gonna be great for us to enter these places. Also, we are looking for the young adults because this is the main deal, talking about their consumption, their likes, and all the what they taste, and what all the likes already. So it's gonna be great for us. This part, almost less than 20% of the country is over 65, but it's gonna be a point for us. Also, the income in here is about $35,000 to $40,000. That's pretty good from the US dollars. Very big comparing to the Mexican income. That is because they're lower. Also, there's a pretty big meaning of premium quality, and they want premium food and beverages, so it's gonna be great for us. And the common premiums, also we have the strategy. We have this, as I mentioned, something premium, something great for them. The food consumption capacity, according to Spanish households, they spend about $42,000 on food and beverages, having a strong consumption capacity, not only on their own food, but also like junk food and all this stuff. They want to have a trade after all this. American depth, we also have a pretty big demand about talking about the candies, and we have consumption. The young adult consumption in Spain have interest on new products and something different, and also as premium. We have a big opportunity in market size, about 5 billion euros in this place, having a pretty substantial revenue potential, and also an annual expansion of this market about 4.5%, and having changing consumer preferences. They have like some trends, and they're gonna be part of it. We want your brand to be part of it. Also, we can see that we have a driving market evolution. They like to eat something convenient, something fast, something in back, and have a unique flavor. This is the case of your product. Having young led flavored option will be nice, and your product all it has it. Maybe we can find other flavors to adapt other tastes and what they like. But the Mexican concept is gonna be great for them. Also, having an strategic opportunity makes us make a great plan expansion. Having an authentic demand as the young adults, having a flavor alignment. As I mentioned, maybe Mexican flavor is going to be pretty spicy for them. Maybe we can change a bit of a formula. That's up to you, but my recommendation is to do it. And also, we have a limited competition. Not all candies of Mexican candies are in there in other countries' candies. So it's going to be a great expansion and a great place to enter. Now, the political stability. We have a strong legal and a pretty long-term planning way, and we have a low risk of having a potential invested. So there's actually a problem with that. We having as a context of the 2024 growth of 2.2, comparing in Mexico it was a 1.6, is something that is good for the country, and it's good for us as having a penetration in the market. And we have a pretty major European economies having a pretty big momentum comparing in the American countries. We have here the pyramid of four levels, or the economic structure. We see that the service sector is pretty big, about 75%, and having also other like industrial manufacturing that is also pretty support. They have agricultural sector. We have a great expertise in these kind of scenarios, so it's gonna be great and good for us. Having the standard compliance in case you decide to enter in this place. We have to have 4 points, pretty important: food safety and traceability. As in Mexico, we have our own, like certifications, all the labelings, all those sanitary certifications we have to deal with. Also in Spain, we have to have this, having about label standards, having their sanitary certifications, and the rigorous quality control is pretty important. As premium is almost the main point here. Also having quality is essential. Also, having the packaging, something pretty important here is the sustainability. This is kind of a trend, but also something real because nowadays we have yes or yes, we need to have something like is related to what is the environment and all the certifications. So I know you have them, but having validated in there is a point. And also having something different. You have the certification, but what else? Maybe what the way of packaging or in the production, in the the export or import, you can have something different. Maybe what caught up attention, and also considering our costs because we have one point. I will say later. And now the direct investment. We have many benefits thanks also to the treaties we have in Spain and the European Union. We can also mention, but yeah, having a multi-regional expansion would be better. So as I mentioned, the euro, this the currency is kind of better than Mexico, pretty better. It's actually one of the most stable in the world. So it's gonna be hard on the profit. We have to work for it. I believe it's not the best option in order to be in the first place. You're gonna be expanding, but we're looking for it. Also, with the labor market dynamic, it's gonna be different. The labor regulations, as I mentioned, they have some countries that's pretty different in Mexico than in here. So we have to have different working conditions, and they have like a pretty rigorous way of being. So yeah, the logistic and supply chain. This is a pretty part. The skill human capital is something that is pretty hard to work with. If I'm being honest, if I'm experienced to have, the capital, they have a pretty big basis, but it's also really hard to have. So as I mentioned, the Mexico and the U.S. treaty has over 90% of the trading companies, and like the Chile has a trade opportunity with this case. Also, it reduces the tariffs almost to 0%, 0 to 5%, and has advanced planning. The business is pretty formal, like create expectations, and have some international appeal. As an example, it can be Grupo Bimbo, like they're expanded over the 33 countries, and they're being a great logistics plan and have strategic partners, and they have been looking forward for it. And my recommendation is to be entering to the Spanish market based on the analysis and favorable conditions. Honestly, this is a great scenario, but it's not always the best scenario. Maybe you need to look forward other places first in order to enter to the European market. What's this? Maybe if you want to enter here, my recommendation would be to enter to a South American place first. This is why we have similar tastes, we have similar governments, we have similar options. So it's gonna be not that hard as in this case. We can do it, but my recommendation is not this year, maybe in order 2 to 3 years, depending on the results. So yeah, we also have the timeline about 12 to 18 months, depending. As I mentioned, it's up to you. And also we have the cities, maybe the urban first, like Madrid and Barcelona are gonna be the best place to enter as their situation. They have like the best place to be entering. The strategy is to partnership, like a joint venture is going to be better to enter because of their expertise, and their risk is going to be minimal, and the learning is going to be so much better. Having partnership is going to be on retail, like in stores and the e-commerce platforms, is going to be great. And also it can optimize the supply chain by having a better control system and having someone who can help us learn about it. And the high potential of this market is enormous. We have a pretty big open door we can seek through. My recommendation is to first seek other places. This not because you can, is because you have to have gain and expertise in other place pretty near, not only in another place that's pretty far away. So we have to comply with other regulatory preparation, with the getaway, the success factors. But mainly, I would like you to focus on what you have, what you can do right now. And yeah, this international analysis is mostly because we want you to see what you can find and when you can deal in order you can make your improvements in your business. Maybe you're medium, maybe medium business. So you can prepare in order you can increase your ability to be part of this market. So, what do you say? Would you like to join? If you would like to, I'm open to be with you. The business consulting group is open. We want to work with you. It's up to you, but I really hope this conversation helped you to realize what you have, what the big opportunities you will have, and we look forward to being with you whatever you want, whatever you feel prepared, even in this place or in other place, we're open. So thank you very much and see you later. Thank you.